From me, look, if you've been sending the same resume to 50 different jobs and hearing nothing back, I want you to stop for a second. Just stop. Because the problem likely isn't your resume, and it's definitely not your worth. The reality is that you've been told your resume is a history of where you've been. But in this market, that's exactly why you're being ghosted. I've spent 15 years in this industry, and I've seen the game change from the inside. Right now, the average initial screen time for a resume is just 7.4 seconds. Think about that. 7 seconds to justify years of your hard work. When recruiters are looking at over 250 applications for a single role, and sometimes over 1,500 for remote positions, they aren't looking for a historian, they're looking for a fortune teller. Standard applications currently have a brutal 3% interview conversion rate. That means 97% of people are being filtered out before they even get to say hello. Most people treat the interview like a history test, reciting star stories about things they did 3 years ago. But recruiters are hyper-cautious because a bad hire costs a company about 33% of that person's annual salary. They're terrified of making a mistake. Let that number sit for a second. If the history lesson is failing, what are the candidates who actually land the offers doing differently? Here's the shift. The secret isn't applying for more jobs. It's showing up to one job with the first 90 days already solved. I call this the proof project methodology. It's about moving from being a passive applicant to becoming an active solution provider. We're seeing a massive trend where 75% of recruiters now prioritize skills-based hiring over where you went to school or what your title was. They want to know, can you do the work on Monday morning? Data shows that candidates who provide proof of work portfolios or execution plans are 3.5 times more likely to receive an offer. It's not just about being better, it's about being certain. When you adopt a consultant mindset, you stop asking for a job and you start offering a roadmap. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew you could do the job perfectly, but you just couldn't get them to see it? That's the gap we're closing here. By presenting a roadmap, you're reducing the recruiter's risk to zero. You're showing them that you've already diagnosed their pain and you have the cure ready to go. Here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't about doing free work. It's about showing operational depth. It's about saying, I don't just know how to do this, I know how to do it for you. I want to walk you through what this actually looks like, because proof of work can sound a bit abstract. Take a marketing manager I mentored recently. Instead of just showing her portfolio, she did a growth audit for the company she was interviewing with. She identified a 15% efficiency leak in their current sign-up funnel and presented a 30 to 60 90-day plan to fix it. She didn't say, I have 5 years of experience. She said, based on your Q3 goals, here is my month 1 audit plan. The result? They offered her a role 2 levels higher than the one she applied for, with a 25% salary premium. Or look at a software engineer. Instead of just talking about code, he submitted a small PR to one of the company's open source tools or drafted a system architecture migration map for their specific tech stack. When you move into this workflow architect mindset, you're suddenly worth more. Companies like Walmart have seen a 20% productivity boost by hiring based on these types of proof projects. This strategy leads to a 28% to 47% salary premium because you're not a commodity anymore. You're a specialist who's already started the job before you've even signed the contract. Now this is the part that changes everything. When you show up with a plan, the interview stops being a Q&A interrogation and starts being a collaboration session. You're already working together. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have a perfect background. Can this really work for someone like me? Maybe you have a gap in your resume, or you're trying to switch industries entirely. If that's you, listen closely. You are an adaptability consultant. Remember that eye tracking data I mentioned? 70% of a recruiter's attention is concentrated in the top third of your resume. If that top third is just a list of old job titles, you've already lost them. But if that top third leads with a solution roadmap or a link to a proof project, you bypass the filters entirely. Skills-based hiring is 5 times more predictive of your future performance than your degree. If you're a career changer, your proof project is your bridge. It proves that your skills are transferable in a way that a bullet point never can. Have you seen this in your own workplace? That one person who isn't the most qualified on paper, but always seems to have the plan that everyone follows. That's who we're turning you into. Your past matters much less than the solution you lead with. In a market where 70% of skills are expected to shift due to AI by 2030, being the person who can map out a path forward is the ultimate job security. So, how do you turn this into a signed offer by next Friday? I'm giving you a 3-step homework assignment. First, identify one specific pain point for the company you're targeting. Don't guess, look at their recent news, their job description, or their competitors. Second, draft a solution artifact. This could be a 1-page audit, a workflow diagram, or a 90-day map. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be present. Third, use the operational depth formula in your next conversation. I noticed, problem. And here is the artifact I built to solve it during my first 90 days. Moving from text to proof increases your interview conversion rate by 115%. 73% of employers say they hire faster when they see this kind of operational depth. As one hiring lead put it recently, a resume tells me you can use ChatGPT. A proof project tells me you can actually do the job. I'll take the project every time. Today, you stop being a candidate asking for a job and start being a solution provider offering a roadmap. It's a subtle shift in mindset, but it's the difference between being ghosted and being hired. What's the one thing you're going to change about your approach this week? I'm genuinely curious. Go build your map. I'll see you on day 1.